Am I the asshole for refusing to move out of the home my parents offered me so my sister and her family could take it instead? My sister, 31F, was the first of 4 siblings to have a child, 5F, and since then my niece has been heavily spoiled by my sister, my parents, and extended family, with my parents routinely bending over backwards for my sister's needs. This spring, my boyfriend, my emotional rock, passed away, and shortly after I lost my job, so I moved back to my hometown. My parents own a rural property they used to rent out that had been vacant and run down, and they invited me to live there rent-free, telling me it was my home for as long as I needed. I found a remote job and invested significant time and money fixing the place up. During that time, I befriended Ol, a Ukrainian refugee with a young daughter, and offered her a temporary place to stay while she got back on her feet, which my parents initially supported. Everything changed when my brother-in-law lost his job under shady circumstances and my sister's family abruptly moved back in with my parents. Almost immediately, my parents and sister pressured me to move out so my sister's family could take the house, arguing it was too big for one person and better for my niece to live in nature, despite my parents having spare bedrooms and my brother-in-law still having substantial savings. When I mentioned the work I'd put into the property, it was dismissed, and when I brought up Ol, my parents were outraged that I would help someone else's child instead of my sister's, even comparing their situation to a refugee's. It ended with my parents telling me that since it was their property, I had to do what they wanted, and I replied that if we were treating it as property rather than family, they could evict me. They haven't, but I now receive daily calls and messages from family guilt-tripping me and calling me an asshole for not giving up my home for my sister and her child, while only my brothers support me, and their opinions are dismissed. I feel like I am taking crazy pills. Subscribe for more.